Hello and welcome. So in this video I'm going to show you guys how to create a data science web application by using a Python programming language and a Streamlit library. So what if we talk about the Streamlit, so what is Streamlit? Streamlit is a library, basically a Python library for the web development, and you don't use any HTML, CSS or PHP for this project. This is basically a mini project and you are going to create your web application, basically a dashboard on the vehicle data set of a New York City, and in the less than 100 of lines. Okay, so in the first first 1 minute I will explain the working of my dashboard, and if you like this then go for the course. Okay, so let's come on the laptop screen. Okay, so this is the working of this project and it is executing on a browser. As you can see, the Chrome is open, and the tool that you need for this are just a Python ideally, and a browser is sufficient. Okay, so and make sure Streamlit library should install in your system. If you don't install Streamlit library, just use pip command. And the working of this project is basically a interactive dashboard. You can, by selecting a desired option, you can get the visualization, just like sliding on the scroll bar left to right, and you get the particular number of collision in a particular street in the below image. Okay, and if you want to calculate how many collisions occur in any time of a day on 0 to 23, so you can just scroll left to right, and you can see the value is automatically updated in a histogram. And the last one is, if you want to get the most dangerous street for the pedestrian, for the cyclist, and for the motorist, so you can just select these things, and after selecting this you will get all the data is automatically updated, this one. And if you click on the show raw data, the whole data set will be displayed in the front of you in this browser. So this is all about the working of this mini project, and you are going to create in under the 100 lines of code. So start coding. Okay, so now start coding. So first of all, I would like to tell you guys that I created a folder name that is the project, and inside this folder I upload my data set. And if you want to download the data set, I will provide the link in the description. You can go and download these data set. Okay, so our data set is about the motor vehicle collision in New York City, and after that what you have to do, and I'm going to program on the atom ideally, that is a Python ideally. You can use a standard ideally, or you can use Jupyter notebook as well. So just click on it, just right click on it and select open terminal here, just click on it. And for opening atom, just put atom full stop and click enter. Okay, it will take some time, and as you can see guys, our script file has been open, and as you can see there is our data set is also there, because I am opening by using the right click on our data set. Okay, so what you have to do next, you have to just create a new file. Just click on file and new file, and okay, so first of all I will explain some working of the what is Streamlit. Okay, so in 1 minute. Okay, so for working with Streamlit, you first of all you have to import Streamlit. Import Streamlit as st, and anything that you write in the script will be automatically updated in our browser. Okay, so let's take, for instance, I'm going to write a title, that is title, and to provide the name project. Okay, so if I run this, before running, first of all save it. Okay, just click on this and save as. So what is the name? You can give any name, like I'm going to give give name as project. Okay, project.py and click enter. Okay, so our file has been saved, and for running the file you have to write that Streamlit in the same command, Streamlit run and project file name, that is project.py. Okay, you click enter. It will take some time and your output will be shown on the browser. Okay, so as you can see on the browser there is a project, and if I do some changes in our system, just like I'm going to change it into my name, and save it. Okay, you don't need to run your file frequently, just run one time. Okay, save it, not save as. Okay, let's cancel it. Okay, just save it, save. Once you save it, as you can see, source files change, and you can see when you refresh it, it will change. Okay, so my name, so all the tools are working properly, so we are going to move for our project. Okay, so for what you have to do, first of all, you have to import necessary libraries, that is Streamlit is already imported, and the next one is the import pandas as pd, and the next one is import pandas as pd, and okay, what happening? Okay, scroll it. After that, import numpy as np. Okay, so as you can see, we successfully uploaded, or not uploaded, we successfully imported all necessary libraries for the project. And after that, what you have to do, you have to just load your dataset in for our project. Okay, so for loading our dataset, I'm going to take a variable name, that is data and URL, and here I will provide the URL of our dataset. That is not a URL, that is basically a location of our file. So for getting the location of our file, just do this. Okay, just copy the above path, okay, copy it and paste inside it, inside the quotes, and after that just copy the file name. So for getting the file name, just click on it and just click on rename, and just copy this whole content. Okay, there's some problem with network. Okay, just copy it and just paste it here like this. Okay, and .csv. So as you can see, we define our data URL, and after then just give the title to our project, that is the motor vehicle collider in the New York City. So for this, I already told you, just use st.title function, title. Okay, inside the course, just provide the title name, that is this. Okay, motor vehicle collision in New York City. So after that, what we have to do, we have to just, as you know guys, in a web application or on a web page, there is a title as well as markdown. Markdown are nothing but some text that is right on the web pages, or okay. So but the size of the markdown is quite less in the comparison of titles, so just st dot markdown, and in this markdown we will just provide the we just provide about section of our data science application. So this is a dashboard. So this is basically a dashboard. So this is basically a dashboard that is used for getting, for analyzing for analyzing vehicle collision in New York and city. Okay, so this is our markdown and it is also completed. So the next line is, so now just define a function and for loading our dataset. So for this I'm going to use a function that is def, and for loading dataset just take a function load data, and it will take the data URL, not data URL, it will give the number of rows of our data, because this is in a CSV format, and as you know guys, in a data frame there are a number of rows and columns are there. So and we are just going to create for the some number of rows that's defined by n rows. Okay, and after then okay this one, and here we are going to read our data set by using appendix read underscore CSV method. So data is equals to pd dot read underscore CSV, and inside this we just provide the data URL. This is small. Okay, data URL. Okay, and after this we just give the n rows. We have to specify the n rows because we are loading our data set inside the function. To just click n rows equals to just provide n rows again, and we are going to parse it and just pass dates. Okay, specify two dates and the times. Okay, or for the particular crash. So for this just take the list, to the list, and inside it just provide the crash date and crash time. Crash underscore date, after then crash underscore time. Okay, sorry, so everything is done with this. So we just create a data set and we just parse with the crash date and crash time. After then what we have to do, just press enter, and okay, so as you know guys, we are going to show our visualization on the graphical section. So there is a latitude and longitude as well. So for this we are going to just drop latitude and longitude, and for this just use dataset, not dataset, data dot drop NA, and inside this just use subset, latitude, and these column names all given in our data set, just like latitude, longitude, crash dates, and crash time etc. So just don't worry about it, I'm just showing each line of our code. So this is latitude, and longitude, and in place, okay, sorry, so in place provide true. So now we are just change the text font in a lowercase. So for this I'm going to use a variable name that is lowercase and lowercase, and after that inside this I'm going to use the lambda function of the Python, that is also known as inline function. Lambda, and take a variable x, and inside this just use a string method, and inside this provide x, and just put the lower function. Okay, so lower, so it will just convert all the data in a lowercase, all the columns name in a lowercase. Okay, so what next? So just rename the lowercase like access. Okay, so first of all we just load the data set, then change in, then we drop our latitude and longitude, and after that we just convert all the columns name into the lowercase. So we still not convert, we just create a function, we just create a variable, and after then in the next line I'm going to convert all the columns name in a lowercase. So for this I'm going to use the data rename method, data.rename, and after this inside this I'm just provide this lower name variable, comma access equals to column. Okay, and make sure you place equals to true. In place equals to true. Okay, so this done, this one is also done. Okay, so what next to this system? Okay, so we change our column name in a lowercase, we just rename it, and after them just take a rename again. We have to rename one more column, that is crash date and crash time with date and time. Okay, so data dot rename, and inside this we just provide the column name. We just first you have to provide the column attribute, and after that just make a dictionary and provide just crash name, crash, not crash name, crash dates. Okay, crash date and crash time. Okay, it will convert with date and time, date oblique time. Okay, so our function is completed and it will return the data, return data. Okay, so our load function is completed, and let's cancel it. Okay, so in the next line we are going to load the 1 lakhs rows of our data set. So for this I'm going to use data equals to data, and as you can see guys, just in a load data set we just provide the number of rows, so we have to specify the number of rows. So we are just going to take 1 lakh of data, 1 lakh rows. Okay, so what after them, we have to just show our data set into the browser. So for this I'm just going to use this one method. So for this I'm going to use the write method of our data. So for using the write method, you just use the st.write and st.write. Write is a method of the Streamlit library that is used for showing your data on the browser. Okay, so write and just provide the numbers, not numbers, just basically provide a variable name that is data. Okay, so and just save this file. Okay, you can also use Ctrl+C, just save it, and we are going to run it. Okay, this is our project, and just run it again. So there is some error that is named data is not found. Okay, so named data is not found. So let me check guys, name data is not found on line 12. Okay, so let me check the codes. Oh, this is not the data, this is load data. Okay, so now save this again and save this and run it again. Okay, so as you can see guys, it will take some time. As you can see, our title and our markdown is showing in our web page, and there is still some error that in place is not defined in place on line 17, 11 and so on. Okay, so this is the error. In the place of equal sign I just put the dash, so just change it into the equal and save it again. Just save it and run it again. Okay, just you don't need to go to the command line and just Streamlit run and the file name. You just refresh your browser screen and your code is automatically updated. And script execution error. So what is the error in this line? Okay, subset and so on. Let me check this guys. In place. Okay, still there is error in place. Okay, so let me check again, and this is it should not be an error. I don't think what just happened now. Still error. Okay, so the angle bracket should not there. It should after the longitude. Okay, so I hope it will run now. Save it again and refresh it. Okay, so as you can see, in the browser screen that it is loading, and I hope it will run. It will take some time because there is still error. That is lower name is not defined. In which line? 17 and 13. Okay, let me check. 17 and 13. Lower name, not lower name. Lower case. Just save it again. save it and refresh. Underscore no access name column is 10k. What is access name? No access name column on object type. Name true. The spelling of true is mistake. Okay, let me check it, guys. And online 17, online 14. Okay. So just doing silly mistakes. And save it again. Just save it and refresh it again. I hope it will run now. Video is getting quite long. This should not be any error now. Just click on wait. Yeah. Our data set is loading. As you can see, guys, in the front of you, there is all the data set for our project, and these data set in on the browser, and you can scroll and check your data set and check your name that we rename in our code, that is the date oblique time and the zip code, latitude, longitude as well, and there should be a crash date and crash time as well. So let me check it, guys. Yes, it is present. Okay, so just you can see, yes, this is your data set, and you can check your data set